Well, Kath, there are so many great spots on the harbour today. There will be, whether you're on shore at one of the vantage points or out on the water, to watch this historical day take place. But there's no seat, I can tell you, that is quite as plumb as the one I'm on at the moment. I'm on the VIP boat, and I'm here with Jessica's parents, with Julie and Roger. And this is obviously the culmination of absolutely everything today. How are you feeling, Julie?
It is. I'm feeling very, very excited. Yeah,
you went out this morning already to see her? How's she looking?
So rough out there.
Yeah?
It's good 6 metres, and it's very messy sea, and it's very rough. We were just hanging on, and so was she. So yeah.
How close were you able to get to her?
Yeah, about probably 50 metres, but that was far too close. I wouldn't have liked to have been there for long. So but we called out hello, and yeah, she's in her shorts out there. Can you believe it? Like
she's hardy.
Yeah.
And how's the spirits?
Yeah, no, she's really excited. Really, really excited. Yeah, she wants to come in and join in the party. Yeah.
Well, she is, and she will.
Yes.
Did you sleep well yourself last night?
Yes. Yeah, we've been pretty busy. I sleep pretty well, but I was up early. Sort of. This is the day. So really looking forward to it.
Yeah, you were out here. Both of you were out here to see her off.
Yeah.
With trepidation. You could not be human and not have worried. Do you remember that day now?
Yeah.
What your feelings were?
Yeah, I mean, it's just loaded, like it's just all the what ifs, and have we done this? Have we done that? What have we not checked for the 10th time? And what have we not covered? And it was just, we don't know what's ahead of us. So it's just that just so much was ahead of us.
And people, I remember, after the incident with the famous ship incident, as she was coming down to Sydney to start this, I remember talkback radio. I remember the things that people were saying, that you're almost delinquent parents, the suggestion that you were pushing your daughter into this.
Yeah.
That must have been hard to cope with, to deal with then.
Well, I guess we get where they're coming from. It doesn't seem right, and we just get where they're coming from and appreciate that they are very concerned. But I guess we had gone through that ourselves probably a year ago, and should we, shouldn't we, are we being responsible? So we had been through all those questions way before that, and come out deciding yes.
So your resolution had firmed up by that stage.
Yeah, we had already committed ourselves, but also we had already been through that decision-making process.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she's now heading in. It's even this last bit is not that easy. You've been checking on her position, I think, there, Roger. She's come round to the north, which means she's got to actually beat back into the wind again.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure what happened, but overnight, I think the original plan was actually a week back to sneak up north and then come in from the north, so she could get a good night's sleep. But then the most recent plan had been to stay slightly south of the heads, but because it's quite a strong southerly out there as we're talking, 45 knots. So she got further north, unfortunately, than she planned. So I don't quite know. Haven't spoken to her yet as to why, but I think she's got. As of about 20 minutes ago, she still had 7.5 miles to go, so nearly 2 hours from that point.
It's very rough conditions
Very rough,
out
yeah.
there.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, if there's some...
It's supposed to die down yesterday. And
if there are some shots of it out there, people will realise, it's like everybody's...
It's not easy.
All these people here waiting, for Jess.
Oh, hang on,
you're late, but... just have a look outside at the size of the waves, and you'll realise.
And it also means that any hopes that she might have had of just having a very easy sail and just put up a bit of sail and just glide in with the wind, she's going to have to work, as sailors do, up against the wind.
She's working all the way, to the last minute. So, but I think anyone can handle it. Jess can.
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny. Julie said that she's out there with her shorts on and just. Ready to go.
Yeah. Looking across the harbour now, every manner of vessel has come out. I've seen sea kayakers out there having a go. There are skiffs that are threading their way at horrendous speeds, terrifying speeds out through the middle of it all.
The Ellas skiff was out there when she left,
Yeah, and of course they're having to thread their way through. We've come into the harbour a little bit where it's a little bit calmer before we start to head out towards the heads again. But all those boats out there, in a sense, that is a validation of everything themselves. It's the full sailor's respect for a sailor coming home.
Yeah, I think all the normal sort of sailors are fully on side with her. Just the people, the mums and dads, and a lot of the weekend sailing, racing sort of sailors. I think that she's really captured their hearts, and their respect, I think.
I think one of the things that struck me too is that people don't think this is a fairly impressive, but people who do know about sailing know it's an impressive thing to do. They're the ones who understand what it would be when she was blogging, when she reported that storm that she hit between the tip of South America, the tip of South Africa, when she was knocked down, I think 4 times in a single night, 70 knot winds.
Not just knocked down. One time, the second knockdown, she was turned right upside down. The boat was picked up on a big wave and thrown upside down a wave. That's just incredible. And then, just for her to get up and brush herself off, and the boat came back upright and with plenty of water inside the boat.
I think she took a bit of bouncing back that time, but she did.
Did you have to brush yourself off when you heard that?
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, was it after that one or before that one, the EPIRB went off, one of her EPIRBs. So that was a pretty scary 10 minutes, but the guys in Canberra are just amazing. Full credit to them. I mean, we had her on the phone within about 10 minutes, and we worked out which EPIRB it was, and she couldn't get outside to turn it back off, so the EPIRB was beeping away for about 8 hours, but she was fine. She was
automatic.
It was an automatic one that goes off when the boat's underwater.
Right.
And once we knew it was that one, and it was, yeah. Once we knew it was that EPIRB, we were fairly confident that she was okay, because there was another EPIRB inside the boat, a number of EPIRBs, and then she had a personal one that she carries on her. So those ones hadn't been activated. It was one that goes off with water pressure.
Yeah. Well, one of the things about this, it seems to me, is that underlying everything is this is a story about a willingness to take on risk, genuine risk, in pursuit of a desire.
To manage risk.
Yes, manage risk, and it's a very, very, very strong boat. I mean, credit to the guys and girls, ladies, men and women that came and worked on that boat. It's a very, very strong little boat. So, I mean, if the very, very worst happened, the boat would just keep popping back up. It's like a cork.
Yeah.
So as long as she's strapped inside the boat, she's fine. She would have been fine. I mean, as we've seen, she's been through some horrific conditions. I mean, a lot worse than what's out there today. And
well, the joke is, of course, that you're the only parents of a 16-year-old in Australia who's known where their daughter was every hour of the last 7 months.
She says she's the most tracked 16-year-old in the world.
We had a device on there, it's called Track Plus, and every 15 minutes it sent off a little ping and we knew where she was. I mean, there was a couple of times that, a flat battery or something like that we didn't have it for 12 hours, but you get, so you really, stomach sort of sinks with that. But I mean, overall, it's just been people have talked about have we been able to sleep at night, but okay, you couldn't. You wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, go and turn the computer on, and there she is. We know where she is. She's, and she's on a steady course, so she's right. So you can go back to sleep again. And
her brother and sisters are here today. How have they coped with this? There's a lot of focus on one member of the family.
They're quite happy for that.
Yeah, I think they've probably felt for her a little bit more than we realised to start with. Hannah, our youngest daughter, probably was worried about Jess a lot, when there's been a storm or a bad weather forecast.
Yeah. Okay, well look, this is your day as well as hers, and all of Australia's watching during the course of the day.
It's her day.
It's her day, absolutely. Well, we really thank you for talking to us. Hopefully we'll catch up with you a little later on as things develop towards the finish line. So the view of and the views of the parents of Jessica Watson as she hammers into this wind, this southerly. She's to the north of North Head and working her way back towards Sydney Harbour. There is an enormous crowd, a gathering crowd of boats here to see her when she comes through, when the hooter goes off to signal that this circumnavigation is over. Kath and Bill, back to you.